myself in here. I need to get Nota in here. I need to get Leroy in here. I need to get Kid X in here.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
I can't speak on anyone's behalf.
Can you do that?
You'd have to call everybody, but you need to. You might need security and things. Whoa.
Barmeni, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special edition. Yeah, this is the real interview, eh? Because remember the last one? No, remember we did one.
Oh yeah, we did the M thing. Yeah.
I was just trying to secure a bag there.
Of course, and so was I.
You got paid for that?
No.
So how are you securing it?
Listening.
Shit. So celebrities get paid for interviews. I didn't know that, bro.
Yeah, which is why we got to relook this whole MacG podcast thing.
I'm actually glad you came, man, because a lot of celebrities nowadays don't want to come on our platform for whatever reason, you know?
Yeah, I won't lie. Before I came in, I kind of had to also talk to myself.
Yeah.
And kind of figure, is the show about controversy or information or what? Or everything all put together? Yeah. And I decided, fuck it, who cares?
Yeah, but it's about what you want to make it to be, because it's your story, you know what I mean?
Talk, man.
You know what I mean?
It's about the truth and that and just talking.
Yeah.
And, well, I hope it's not just about talking shit, and it's about the shit that's in the truth, and we can dissect that and see what we come up with. And also it needs to be dope for also the guests, because I always figure there's always something to push.
Yeah.
I mean, artists are always just trying to push some things, and if it also serves that purpose, then...
But let's be honest, if it wasn't for the album, you wouldn't be here, ne? Because we're pushing the album right now.
GOD Guluva. Yeah. I don't think I would be. I don't know. Because then my thing is that whenever I don't have music, I don't have anything to talk about. Like, I don't know what I'm at a show for if I'm not talking about music.
Yeah.
Because then I end up adding my little 2 cents to a rumor or to a this.
And that's not
that.
you, bro.
And that's not what I do, man. I'm like, yo, I promised you music, and when I put it out, I'm gonna come talk about it. But if I don't put out music, leave me the fuck alone. You know.
I remember me and Kwesta, we probably started our career same time.
Yeah.
So I had a radio show, right? And one of my features was I'd take like American beats, like a beat, an instrumental, and then I'd ask South African rappers to jump on it, you know, and like freestyle. So Kwesta was one of the guys who did that.
And you gave me that
Roger that
Young Money beat. Yeah, Roger that.
Roger that.
Yeah,
this guy fucking killed it, murked it.
Oh, you found me at the punchline. Like I was nuts. In my head, I was like, yo, I'm gonna rap and you're gonna play this thing all week on YFM?
Yeah.
Oh, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And now the problem with that joint is that it has Wayne in it. It has like all these rapping people. Like Tiger was a rapping Tiger, you know, and Wayne was like, you know, like the punchline god, you know.
Yeah.
And to come on that and just, you know, fuck out some things. It was dope, actually. I actually remember that. Roger that.
Yeah.
Roger that.
You know, till this
and then
day.
I said something, someone say something, get Roger back or whatever. Yeah, I forgot the lyrics, but yeah.
Till this day, people meet me in the street and they're like, yo, dude, where's that clip? Or
Where is it?
Dude, I don't know. I think YFM still has it.
YFM needs to call someone. Or someone needs to call YFM. I need that clip. That's back when I was a good rapper.
Yeah. And
Yeah, you say yeah. Did you say yeah, bro?
What are you now? A whack rapper?
Now I'm an exceptional musician.
oh, I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Because for me, like, I had never heard of you before that freestyle. Like, I heard of you with Boom Shakalaka, but I'm like, okay, cool, it's
I
Kwesta.
still might need some more from this guy.
Yeah.
And
And when you dropped that, I'm like, fuck, this kid is dope.
Yo, bro, there was a point in my life where all I did was rap, right? It was just literally like the only thing I, first of all, knew how to do and gave a fuck about doing. You know, so every other thing I do because but you know, you don't really care. You just want to get it done so you can get back to rapping. So at that point, I was unstoppable. I'd rap on any and everybody joint, kill everybody on their joint and their mama joint. You know, I was just that guy. So and then you know. Then you're like, hey, chance.
Yeah.
Nada. Then you just grow out of it because you've done it so many times, and it's just always been about killing the next rapper or killing the joint or killing the beat, and now it's more about, you know, complimenting the shit. Like you just don't get sent a beat that you're gonna mess up because you over rapped on it.
Yeah.
Because you're still trying to prove that you are who you said you were fucking 15 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not that guy anymore.
So the reason why I brought it up, because when we started, I don't know if it was the same with you, but I was doing radio, you were doing music.
Yeah.
But it was all about the talent,
you guys
man.
it was rocking the girls.
Yeah,
and
rocking the
things.
girls, all that shit,
You
yeah.
guys were nuts. Yo, that shit was crazy.
And it was about the talent, you know? And you went from that phase to a phase now where, you know, I don't know, I'm not a rapper, but it seems like you got to have the whole package in terms of like, you got to be active on social media, do lives, and everything is just so intimate and it can't just be about the music anymore.
Yeah, but I want to say this here. I suck at that, right? I suck at the everything else. Like, I'm really bad at it because I think why everything got to where it got is because I was so good at the one thing that I loved doing. I just literally focused on that, but I'm not also saying it doesn't exist or it doesn't matter to be, you know, out there and alive on social media. But I suck. I'm bad at it. It's something I'm teaching myself. You know, and eventually I'll get it. But you know, it's just sometimes you wonder why. It's like I wake up and I go, okay, post something. I'm like, what?
Am I gonna post?
What am I gonna post?
Same
Because
here,
I literally
bro.
just woke up. And I don't know, do I post that? I just woke up. I'm like, why is that anybody's business? Or why would anybody be interested? But funny enough, people on social media are interested in things like that. You know, and then so I'm kind of getting the hang of it. But
do you run your own account?
I suck at it. A couple.
Yeah, you can tell he's one of those niggas that lets the PR team handles the accounts.
No. I the tweets, yeah. The Instagram, yeah. There's this thing about the YouTube now, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah, but we'll. If you ask me, I'll tell you. If you don't ask me, I won't say.
What's happening? What's happening with the YouTube?
I'm struggling for logins on YouTube. Yeah. It's like,
Why?
It's crazy because well, it's not crazy. It is what it is, but. So we had this YouTube page. Boom, there's a YouTube page. But
Yeah, I even came when they gave you the 100,000 plaque. Remember? I came.
And now we're sitting on like 177,000 or something, almost 180,000. And now there's issues with, obviously, Buttabing is Spanana with regards to getting logins for that. I mean, I literally just dropped the Fire in the Ghetto video and I had to like open up a new thing.
Shit, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's now sitting on a shitty, I don't know, 400 subscribers or something.
Yeah.
Wait,
So you're gonna.
why? Why are they holding your logins?
I don't know. I think it's probably a sense of feeling like it's theirs.
Entitled.
Yeah, like I'm dating most. So
But whose is
you
it?
can hold on. Well, it has the Kwesta name on it, but I'm not sure which other videos you might see on there. You know what I mean? So I don't
That's
know what
crazy.
the plan is going forward, or if there is one, or it's just to hold it back. But it's being held back right now, you know? And I don't know. We'll see what we do about that. But you know, in the meantime, I also could not put out something that I'd done that was so dope and say, yeah, I'm gonna wait till a certain situation stops being a situation, or I'm gonna just just strive forward with not 177,000 people. You know? And
you can give it to us. We've got 160, so we'll post
exactly. You know what I'm saying? Actually, that's what I need to do. Actually, right before you play this, must post it. We must actually do this.
Yeah.
I don't know if this works. If we could do like a dual thing, when this actually played on this new on the new channel account.
Yeah.
Same cast what.
Yeah, clean.
And then maybe it might work. You know.
How do you think the game has changed from when you started to how it is now? Because you started with like Buttabing. Dog.
Yeah.
What were you doing at Buttabing? Were you just rapping?
Yeah. I was always just rapping. I've always just done. See, my problem. I've always done shit that I love. You know. I mean, before I started rapping, I used to play soccer. I love that shit.
Yeah.
I love that shit now.
What position?
I was decent. I've been 6, boy.
6.
And Korisa le parle song. Business nigga my ball score. You know.
Yeah.
So I was like the orchestrator of the game, you know, and the play and the attacks especially.
Makes sense. Can you see so?
And
Akayam lomfana YouTube page at Akora boy.
yeah, I mean, but I was never the big guy. I was always the Ghanaian, you know. And when they say how about Bamatsong on I don't know if you've heard this. Soul, you probably have. You know everything on these things. How like when they commentate a soccer game. You go, I'm Ghanaian. I nigga I'm Ghanaian. I nigga I'm Ghanaian. I nigga Jabu Pule. I nigga I'm Ghanaian akor. So I was never the Jabu Pule. I was always the Ghanaian. Because apparently they don't know everybody's names. They just know the very famous guy. So they always go Simpure Shop. I was never that guy, but I was the reason that guy scored. You know.
How close were you to going pro?
I was the captain of the under-13s. Of Jomo Cosmos.
Wow.
Had a little stint at Pirates, a little bit. And so, just a couple of trials and just kind of didn't work. This is when you kind of saw, because I was warned, I was told that it's an uncle's game. What do your uncles do? You know? I'm like, my uncles are just uncles. So anyway, I didn't push that. But also, I think it was because everyone around me was just better. Like, there was a lot of better players.
Yeah.
Like, I was really good, but everyone was better, you know. And then I found something else I love, which was music, you know. And I did that, and that's why I'm saying to you, all I ever did was shit that I fucked with. So how the game has changed is that ain't nobody does it for that anymore. You know? Not a lot of people do it because they love it. It's now because it's become what it's become. It's actually become a place where you can come in, when's new, you know, you can feed. So now it's like, it's fun. I can come here and I can do my shitty bars or whatever and just grow my following and get a bag, you know. It's that type of game now, I think, you know, but not with everyone. This doesn't go for everyone. There's a lot of people that you see that who actually really care about from the art form of making the music and the art of rapping and making beats and all of that and still trying to find a way to make that the big commercial thing, because a lot of the time we want to differentiate these things. We want to go, if you make music for everyone, that means you are not making music for the art form, you know, which is, in my case is hip hop, where you get called out or you get called things when your music pops, because that ain't real hip hop. You know, but it represents a good 70% of South Africans. But that's I don't know what's realer.
That's kind of like your journey, though, because when you started with what you were saying, like with Boom Shaka, like whatever, that was like real hip hop. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't switch up the sound of hip hop or anything. I've always spoken about the hood from Get. I've always spoken about the people that I come from. With, you know, that we all come from the same place together. I've always spoken about them. I've always spoken about our situations and our place and where we come from. You know?
So why wasn't it landing at the
difference
time?
Was then I was speaking about it not in its truest form, in a form that I was trying to buy Skelem Sagasbanban, who's listening, who's a gatekeeper of sorts. So I didn't have a way to speak about it as myself.
I see.
Me and then I eventually said, fuck that. I actually want to speak about it the way that I want to speak about it. And
that's how Ngud came about.
And that's how songs like Ngud came about. That's how actually even before Ngud, funny enough, not funny, but you know, Ivar. on Dakar, the first Dakar, there's a song called Tulucha, right? That has Kid X and Zagu. You know? And even before that, on even Special Request, the very first joint, that's when I came. That's what I'm here for. You know, they have this very Kwaito-ish like feel to them. You know, and since that first joint, since that's what I came for, and Tulucha, the whole journey was always gonna go to Ngud, because I've always understood the type of song. I just didn't know how to. Well, it had to take its time to form itself into Ngud. Yeah. But that's always been something I've been trying to perfect from Zuga. Because I'm like, I could out rap these niggas however I want or whatever. But if I don't speak to the people that matter, who are not the niggas, you know, and who are just...
Who are the gatekeepers at that time?
Gatekeepers, maybe weird term to use. But at that time, at the forefront of everything north was popping.
Okay.
Everything that was happening in the
stuff,
north. Yeah, and it was hard to break through that. Being a guy who
from the hood.
Who's from the hood and only drinks beer.
Good.
Even with your cosign with Slicker, didn't that make things easier?
It did in the beginning. But now, if you think about the beginning, for me, the beginning was 2006.
Shit.
Right, 2005. That's
just matriculated, dog.
That's when I got in. That's when I started working with Buttabing.
How old were you then?
Yeah, I was 18, 19. Yeah, I'm not a kid anymore, bro. I was 18, 19, and at the time, obviously, according to me, the best rapper of all time in this country, Pro Kid, was just killing everything. You understand what I'm saying? He was just, you know.
And he was in North, bro.
And as much as I had the cosign, or not even the cosign, the signing of Slicker and Smags, I've always had to rap my way across things, because at some points in some of the circles and in some of the conversations, Skwatta Kamp had gone so big that they weren't anymore regarded as the rapping guys.
Oh, they were pop now.
It was popish. It's on radio. And there was that entire conversation at the time, underground commercial, this, that, and the third. You know, so I'd always had to rap myself.
And underground was booming at the time.
Underground was booming. And the thing about me was that I could back to the city it out, and I could big festival whatever commercial thing, you know, it out that Slick had me doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. I could kind of stand my ground on both things with regards to just how my mind worked and how I rapped, you know. So if you wanted to go down, and you really wanted to go...
Did you have any battles with anyone?
I did,
with
bro.
Who, bro?
I did. I mean, I went to YFM, and I never lost a battle on YFM. I went to ETV also. They did the freestyle thing.
Back when it was, yeah?
Yeah, Shizness. Back when it was Lala and the beginning of the thing. You know, and...
Who did you battle, bro?
None of them made it. I'm really not trying to be a dick, but you know, I mean, there was points where you just come to a show for ciphers with other rappers that you were coming up with who have gone on to make names for themselves. I mean, we started rapping Ginger Trill, Kid X, and we were just doing ciphers and things. But when we're doing the competition, the guys I was rapping with in the competition are not around right now.
You murked them.
No, I don't think I'm the reason they're not around, you know, but there's a reason why I'm the only one around from that little...
Wasn't there a guy where you're like, fuck, Ginger is coming with the fire?
Yo. Ginger's my favorite rapper, right? Sometimes he's my first, sometimes he's my second. It goes between two people. It's Ginger and Kid X, right? Kind of, 1 year it's X, the other year it's Ginger. Ginger, if you want to rap with Ginger, you need to... Hey, you need to be ready, you know. You need like a mind map situation going on. You need to like kind of write it all down and see this verse, you know, because I think his imagination and his skill and his understanding of language and how he can manipulate that shit is just nuts, you know. The same goes with X. So these are the guys I was coming up with, rapping with.
Why do you think he never made it, Ginger, bro?
I don't know why you'd say he never made it. I think he made exactly what he wanted to do. He did exactly what.
But
he
I mean, he
wanted to
doesn't have Ngud or like your success.
Super.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to make it. I mean, there's I've known Ginger for a very long time, and we've had conversations just about, maybe if you do this, or maybe if you do this, and then he'd say, maybe if you do this. Like we're coming up and having these conversations just about each other's works, just seeing how one could be. Yeah, I'm a fan, and we're around each other, and we're in the same spaces, and we talk about these things, and at the end of it all, everybody makes their decision. I know that Ginger is right now, even at this very point, against anyone on any joint, or maybe not even a joint, because I don't think like that anymore. Just on any sort of platform where you can rap and it's just bars. I'd put all my money on Ginger before I put it on anybody else that raps in this country.
Even against Stogie T.
Even against Stogie.
Wow.
Even against Stogie. I love Stogie, but even against Stogie, I think Stogie would probably say the same thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think Stogie would probably go,
Can
Ginger. I mean, you'd give Stogie a bit more.
Because he's a legend,
You'd give him a little
Pioneer.
bit more, and he's also just always been open about Ginger's talent. He's giving it a platform. He was working with him. He's just always putting him on in joints and things like that. So he's never been that guy to kind of go, "Hey, Ginger." He respects Ginger. I know that.
Yeah.
But my taste with regards to between them two and time, Stogie on Do Me and the Volume is a different person than Stogie, which is the thing that's done on purpose, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's totally different content, totally different, perceptions of
times
rap and times,
Yeah.
But so I can't compare. I mean, a Ginger to a Do Me from the Volume, because that's how we all came up. Even Ginger will say that.
Yeah.
Stogie and Ginger, however, I'd probably go Ginger.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Trill. I'd probably go Ginger Trill, no lie. Not because also Stogie did whatever, changed the thing. Just Ginger's always been one of my favorite rappers. He knows that. Wherever he is, if he's gonna watch this at some point, he knows that this is something I've said. I'm not saying this just to say it. He's
So you
one of the very few that are better than me.
So you get to Buttabing now, 18, you've been rapping, you've made it now, How's it like there at Buttabing? Like, do you hit up Slicker first? Who approaches you? What happens?
The made it changes, right? You realize what made it is. Or you realize what it's not. Yeah. I approach. I make this demo. I used to do these corny little poems in high school, right? Corny little things and write speeches for the students also, just because I was just fascinated by language and how one could manipulate it. I wasn't the smartest kid in school, but I could manipulate language. I like double, triple entendres and metaphors and what things mean. I could always get that, and I loved that. So, and whenever kids needed anything that needed to be written, speech nyanas or something, I'd be the guy, And I also had these little poems on the side. And I met a guy. I didn't meet a guy. Don. It was 2 streets away from where I grew up.
K1.
Yeah, in K1. I was messing around with beats. It was Donna, it was Brian, and then also MacG got involved, and we were just messing around with things. They were messing around with beats,
Fruity
and I
Loops.
was writing these things. So it started off as me saying these poems on these beats. And saying, but it was shit. It was terrible because Spanisi mic as a call center. I was on my headphones. There's another English. I would write English, but recording.
Spitting bars.
Well, what we called bars. And at that point, it was just this little poetry thing that I was doing, cheesy as shit, that I was doing on these beats. And it sped up because I started listening to rap. I started listening to Skwatta Kamp. I started listening to...
Now you got a reference. Of
now
how
I got a reference of how it should be, or how it could be. In my head, I'm not doing this hip-hop thing. I'm just this guy that writes this shit. But he's the guy that makes beats. So maybe there's something that could happen here. And gradually it starts speeding up how I say these things, and it becomes rap music, and I'm like, oh, fuck, okay, maybe we could do something, and even before I go to Slick and them, Kona machita figure ke la lokshini. About maybe 2 years after me and Donna doing this thing, and they called AMS, right, which is Africa's most southern. They move into the hood like 3 streets away also. In a street called Senzo Street. Nuts.
The irony.
Yeah, now I got streets in my hood. Like when they were building the hood, well, the part that I live in, they actually came in the crib and asked the kids' names. And it was Senzo. So I live on the corner of Senzo and Mfundo.
Yeah.
I mean, of Sizwe and Mfundo. Sizwe is my big brother. Mfundo is my second name.
Oh, shit.
And the other street is called Senzo Street, which is where those guys lived.
That's nuts,
and
man.
It's fucking crazy. And so they move in, but they got like equipment. Right?
Proper
They got proper shit. And like, now we can lose this thing. I'm like, okay, clean. And we go in there. There's Max, there's a bunch of these guys. Like, but Max is like the guy that leads it. Tauche, Marcus, and then the group called Brutal Assault. And I say, I want to record and things like that. And I'm going there for the first time and I'm asking for prices and things. How much does it cost per hour or whatever the situation? And they let us know. And then I record.
Yeah.
And I say, okay, here's a chance. I record. And when I record...
Do you still remember the song?
I forgot. I remember it was myself, like the guy mentioned, Max and Tauche, his brother. And I didn't know what 16 bars was, right? I just rapped and the song was supposed to be like 3 minutes. And by 3 minutes, I wasn't done rapping. I was just going. I didn't know what bars were. I didn't know what 16 bars is. I was I'm just going. And then the guys also decided, Yazin, forget making it a song. Now I'm going to put in a verse just as long.
Yeah.
And then another guy, Max, also put in a verse just as long, And I forgot the songs. There was no hook, kind of catchy thing. It was just all raps. So I forgot those things. But after that, then they go, yo, bro, we think you can do this. We think you're actually quite a dope rapper. And, forget this whole payment situation that we were trying to do that. We're trying to set it up where it's a situation where people can come pay for them. But, different story, let's see what we can do together, And so that goes on for a couple of years.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm meeting these guys in 2005.
Yeah.
2005. And we rapping. And during this entire year, that's all I'm doing. And I'm telling moms, I'm like, yo, I think I want to say fuck school, and I want to get into this rap shit,
She's like, it's cool, my son.
Nah, what?
Yeah.
Shit. And then what's the plan? I'm like, that's the plan.
Yeah.
I'm quitting school and doing this rap shit.
You quit school, bro?
Yeah, B.
So you didn't matriculate?
Nah.
No way.
Oh, flip.
Nah, B. Y'all didn't know this?
Nah.
I never matriculated my entire... Well, obviously, because I got one life, but...
Wow. So this was make it a bust, dog.
It was make it a bust, and it was right at matriculation year, right? And I think what caused it was because moms was like, pick one.
Yeah.
Right? And I've really completely fallen in love with this thing.
Yeah.
Like 100%. And also mom is a teacher.
Oh.
Right?
My mom's a teacher as well.
Yeah, you understand? So there's a whole
structure. This is what you gotta do.
Scholarless.
Yes. Degree.
Can't fuck around.
Exactly.
And I did exactly that. I fucked around, right? With this rap shit. And so, but Asuzwana for a long time, and I had to leave home.
You had to leave home?
Yeah. I had to. It was either go to school or stay in my house.
But it's fun. You're just gonna go to Senzo Street. The boys are there.
Exactly. It was close. So you see, every time I say this thing, everyone's like, "Oh, so you left?" But I'm like, "Yeah, I was a couple of streets away." I was like, "Really?" He's like, I was around. Things okay. I just wasn't in because can't go to the crib, But I mean, I got to sneak some shit in, call my brother and say, but I'm fooling and I pretty much lived in the studio, and at the time I'm not telling the guys what's going on at home that I'm with, because they asked. I'm like, hi man, no man, I'm on holiday or whatever. I don't know what the fuck I was saying, right? But they'd ask and I'd give them some bullshit answer, and I kept recording. I think the first year I started recording with the gents and did like fucking 80 songs or some stupid shit like that, right? yeah, that could be someone's discography for good, you know. Like, and that's what we're doing.
And you still have those songs?
Just generally, not all of them, but I have quite a lot of them. It's weird. You should hear it. It's whack as fuck. No, I'm kidding. It's actually, some of it is actually, what the fuck were you thinking?
Yeah. Because it's a different time, dog.
Dope. Yeah, it's a different time, and so the rhymes are very political and very kind of, you know, it now you must, or very about the craft and the art of rapping, and not really about making a good song. It was really very lyrics based.
It's an outlet.
Like, what's the punchline? What's the what? What's the what? You know, the technicality. Because I was big on both pros. You know, and Stogie in them. I mean, I know Stogie told stories and shit, and so I tried to dabble in that. But mainly was the technicality. Because I'm trying to kill the punchline. I'm trying to be the best punchline artist in the fucking country. Right?
How do we get to Buttabing?
Yeah, so we do that. We do all these joints with the guys for a year or two. In 2006, or maybe early 2007, not sure. We have the conversation with the gents, and I don't think we got along with that one with AMS, because when I was like, yeah, I think I should take this to the guys, you know, and they were like, nah, I think we should keep this here and try and build this, you know, and again, well, for the first time, at this point, I have to make something out of this shit. Because you know, because and I got to get back home somehow. But
eating leftovers out here.
You understand what I'm saying? And the only way to get back home is to do right by what you say you love. You know. Yeah. So I decided, no, man, Yazin, fuck it. I'm gonna take this CD. I'm gonna go and because we had the address of where Buttabing was. Yeah. I'm gonna drop it off.
No GPS, man.
No GPS, no nothing. We just gonna go straight there and we're gonna try find it.
Yeah.
It's somewhere around a certain area. We're gonna go there, and if we get lost, we get lost. But eventually we'll find it. You know. Yeah. And we found it. You know. And this is after a lot of works. And in the middle of all this, there's all these shows I'm doing in the hood because I'm coming up as this rapper. You know. Because we'd recorded some things and I'm starting to perform. I'm going to all these ciphers. I'm doing all these radio and TV shows, and I'm fucking murdering everybody close to me, everybody next to me, you know, and because that's the drive, and I'm like, you know, so I go, and we all go, even with the guys, you know, as much as we might have not agreed, we go together. We start boom, we go, and we get to the Buttabing offices, and ish. You know, yeah, boy, it was. I get there with the CD number on it. I think it was Max's number or somebody's number or a couple of numbers, and we say, "Yo, so you know, we're looking for a deal. You know, what do you guys offering out there or whatever? Whether it be it management and we handle the music, which is actually, well, I'll get to that. Yeah, and or be it full on." Record deal, whatever, you know.
Whatever you got, man.
Buttabing, I mean, we know what you guys are doing with Skwatta Kamp, and at the time, there was also My Men. I don't know if you guys remember My Men.
Oh, I don't remember My Men.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying?
I remember that, yeah.
You know.
That was a banger.
And they just had, because they had signed My Man and then had some sort of a fallout with that. And so...
They were like anti,
yeah. They're like, we're not trying to sign anyone. We're not trying to work with any artists. It has nothing to do with you or what you have. It was just, we're really not trying to work with anyone. You know, the artists here are Skwatta Kamp, Slicker, because Slicker had started the solo thing. Yeah. You know, and I think everybody else was just about to follow suit. You know? Yeah. And I think Boza also was already in the solo lane, and then, so they say, nah, we can't do it. So, ultimately, we look at you know, better.
Just like that, boy.
Yeah, ultimately, we look at you ain't a chance, you know. So, sabuyele move, mfana. Heads hanging low as hell. Get better. What are we to do with this thing called life now? says so and that, you know, because now this thing is serious. We love it. There's people are aware of it, at least where we are from, you know. But by Asman, they needed to go somewhere.
And you want to talk to your mom.
That I put up in. I think it was JJ. Now to Victoria,
JJ, ask a man.
JJ. Oscar man, JJ. Oscar man, JJ. I think he must have grabbed this CD that we had left with numbers on it and got in a car with Slick. I think Slick was either driving a black A3 or already the TT. I'm not sure, but you know, he was that guy. You know, and I'm not there for this, right? And I'm hearing this after, and they play this shit. Shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that. They play this shit, and then they give me a call and go, well, they give one of the numbers a call. I don't even think they call me. I think they call Max or something. Because we eventually had to get the numbers, and it brings up, I don't know if I'm a public phone.
Yeah.
I'm a public phone. Yeah. I'm by a public phone. I phone up back the number. I told her, yo, it's Slick, man. It's Slicker, you know.
Yeah.
Phantom Slicker. Yeah, what's up? No, I'm kidding. I'm making the call. So I'm like, yo, what's up, feel? You know, and he really just goes, we really weren't trying to sign anyone or work with anyone. But I think it would be terrible of us if we didn't give this shit a platform of sorts and didn't give this shit an ear, you know? Like fuck, I'm playing this shit and I'm thinking, yo, he's got the punchlines, he's got the song-making kind of ability that we, you know, it's not just boom, boom, boom. There's also joints about girls, about good times and about, you know, it's just, and it's all packed up in punchlines. It's just, we can't let this go, bro. And no, so now I'm kidding. That time, I'm jumping around, but I can't remember. I'm on my public phone, so it's banning. Oh, okay, sure. So what now? And he says, yo, they got a show in a Trill. I think because it's a Renista show, man. The Renista show, Skwatta Kamp is performing and this, that, and the third, and say, come through to the show. So I was going a crane, and this entire time, and I get there, I'm no sleek, boy. I'm no sleek and Skwatta Kamp. You understand? And now my chance, I'm here. And Survive song, and he's telling me about, yo, bro, I think this shit is so dope, and this, that, and the third, and we could go and do things, and all of that, you know. And from that day, I started sort of just going wherever
Slicker and
Smacks were, you know, from opening the shows to eventually getting, there was a Sprite hip hop tour thing that was going on with that Ventilation as the agency had put together, where rappers could, you were pretty much going around the country finding the dopest rappers and things like that, and I was one of the judges, and in that time I could also get my turn. Rap and so that's how the name got out there, and then, you know, eventually that's what got turned into Kwesta.
What do you learn from Slicker? Because I've never worked with him, but I've had discussions. Give the fucking
platform to people who deserve it. That's it. Just do that shit. Slick is not like my fucking cousin or my distant cousin or my uncle's friends or whatever, and neither is Smacks. But they heard something that they weren't even planning to take on. Generally, because they're like, we're not trying to work with artists, but they heard it and said, we owe it to the game to put this on. You know what I mean?
He's still doing that till this day, bro.
We try, and it's easy.
I'm saying Slicker.
Easier. Yeah. Now he's doing it even on a bigger scale. It's like the owe it to the game is a bigger thing, you know, where it's not even just about trying to develop one artist. It's like giving a platform to every fucking artist that exists. You know what I mean? So that's what you take away from it, and that's what you try to emulate. But when you try to do that, you realize that it's actually the hardest thing you can ever try. It's which makes you appreciate what Slick and Smacks did. You know, because. Whew.
How was your relationship with Flabba?
It was dope, man. It was dope. It was cool. I mean, that man would just go, "I want a son." You understand why repa kanje? Yini ukabanga kanjani la masimba? You know, like that's how he gave a compliment. That's how that man gave a compliment. That man was not gonna go, oh, that's dope. No. You understand, man? Yes, batala kanje. Yes, nini sirep. Kabanga kanjani kanje. You know what I mean? So he was just always that guy. Like he wasn't gonna be ay boy baba. Young king. You know. But
who else is around at Buttabing at that time? Because I know Yanga.
There's everyone. There's the Skwatta Kamp, right? But now this is Buttabing when I got there.
Yeah.
Right. But when I get there, there's no Yanga or Nota or anyone.
Yeah.
You know, there's just there's JJ.
The crew.
Shit, if I forget everyone. Yeah. And there's who got there first? I think there's Ulindi before, and then Kim. Right? But there's an office thing. Right?
Naves.
Naves. DJ Naves.
Yeah, and DJ Naves. Yeah, and DJ Naves. And also as one of the talents, there's also Bonang, you know.
Bonang!
Yeah.
So he was chowing stock, Slick.
I don't know what you're saying.
And you know, I was at a 21st, dog. I saw Slicker, but I didn't know he was because I didn't know he was famous at the time.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, these are the people that are around me, you know, and I'm coming in. This is the whole of Skwatta Kamp also, you know, and at some points, but you think you're following Slick, and then boom, it's not a Slick show, it's a Skwatta Kamp show. So you got to open up for Skwatta Kamp. Whoa, what the fuck? You
and
know?
that's another.
So it's a whole different thing, you know.
I think people don't understand how big Skwatta Kamp was, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
I remember seeing them at Red Shoe.
Because of also why people will never understand is because of maybe the time between 2014 and 2019 or whatever, when hip hop was, when, you know, and now it's expected to do. But at that time, you got to fight for this thing. You're fighting against fucking the newest fresh CD that's out or whatever, like house music.
Oh yeah, Mosquito.
You know, Mosquito. That's and they made it big in that. That's crazy, right? But nobody ever really wants to get into that because, you know,
it is what it is.
Because hip hop is just fucked up.
Yeah.
But yeah. So shit. What was the question?
No, I was saying who was around at the time.
Oh yeah, so there's also Pausa, you know, who extended himself and went and really just appreciated my shit and just went, hey boy, who I also loved because he was also a very punchline based MC, like kind of when he was rapping, it kind of built an entire 4 bars into that one ending line that would make the previous 30 lines make sense, you know? And I've always appreciated things like that, you know, and also Flabba would do it even a little bit more where it'd be an 8-bar verse and the last line is what makes the previous 7 lines make sense, you know.
Shit, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Is that much science in this shit,
yeah,
dog?
bro, sometimes. I mean, it depends on where you're going with it and how you're trying to do it. But yeah, sometimes you kind of build it up and you kind of take everyone everywhere and then when you land. And then
how do you meet Nota then? Because he was at Buttabing. 2010.
No, man, 2009, I think.
Oh, okay.
You know, 2009, 2008.
Yeah.
I'm not sure of the year. I'm actually not sure of the year.
Could have been 08, yeah, because 08.
Yeah,
that's
because
when I met
before
him.
we meet and actually be okay, I think he's already doing things event-wise.
Yeah, he was doing Black O.
Black O and Catwalk and things like that. Yeah. And so already when I'm getting in, I met him through Smacks, man. I just don't know when it was. And he had started he also produces and things. I don't want to say he started, but found him producing. And
Nota produces?
Yeah.
For real?
The song Smacks did, right when this was maybe a bit later on. Sugar, no. I think that was a Nota production.
You lie.
Yeah. I think that was a Nota. I could be wrong with the song, but I don't think I'm wrong. But yeah, that was a.
Because you never know what's real with Nota. You never know if he's capping or not.
No, that's when he was producing and not, you know, pointing out. I think that's something he did on computer and you know.
So Sugar Smacks introduces you to him.
I think we just met in the backstage of Catwalk.
Oh, I see.
The earliest memory I have of it is that the backstage at Catwalk and Pro was there, DJ Spoo was there, obviously Slick and that's why I'm there.
Yeah.
You know. So I'm not sure what year this is, but this is when I met. And then eventually, a couple weeks or a couple months later, he's a guy that pulls up at the office. And but now I'm the artist. I don't know what they talking about or why he's here or whatever the situation is. I'm like, I'm just in the studio or here to drop off some joints that I did in the hood, you know, say because we're working on an album, you know, and that's how we meet, and it actually takes us quite a while to get okay, and
to like work,
and then Yanga gets in. I think, or am I playing this wrong? No, I did meet Nota first, and then Yanga gets into the picture where he's kind of making shoes and T-shirts.
No, he was at UJ. He was painting stars and customizing shoes.
Yeah, he'd paint like you give him a pair of shoes and he'd paint them up and do some things, and you know,
because when I met him, he was shooting videos and he was meant to shoot one of my videos.
And that's how we got on. I think that's when Yanga came to Joburg. Now I might be fucking up the years here and about who I met first or whatever, but when Yanga came to Joburg, he was here to rap, you know, and he was here to rap to Skwatta. The same way I did when I knew that I had this demo, I knew the only place to take it was Buttabing.
Yeah.
Right? And that's anything else would have been, I mean, there was Outrageous and things that were doing amazing things. Never really thought of Get It Rough. But I knew they were there, but I just thought the genre was different. At that time, I was thinking differently about what hip-hop is. And so I always known in my head it's Buttabing. So he kind of had the same thing. He's like, yeah, we Skwatta Kamp, Tolu Sleek, you know, and all that shit. And I think they met, and he's obviously not trying to talk about the rap shit. Yeah. So he says, I'll print a T-shirt or something, and paint a shoe.
Just to get in there.
And I think he did like a whole Miss something or something, an event that he was part of that is probably where Slick met Bonan. I don't know, I might be getting myself in shit here by talking shit, but...
That's in the past, man.
No, I'm saying, but that's why I'm saying my timeline might be wrong, but I think that's how then they started doing things like... he started speaking to Slicker, and Slicker started seeing him as a moving guy, and he started giving Slicker these T-shirts. And on the Umsindo video, I think the T-shirts we were wearing there that say Umsindo ventilation. Yanga made those things. Wow. You know? And it was, I even had a pair of shoes that Yanga had painted up. I didn't like them much, but you know.
So I thought that counts.
You know. So yeah, I think that and then because he didn't want, and then he needed to extend like kind of his why he's here, his reason for being here, and he started shooting videos.
Yes.
So my first like 5 videos.
5
music videos. That was Yanga. Wow. My first 5 music videos were shot by Yanga. You know, he was the ventilation kid at the time. He was YouTube page started this, that, and the third. He was that guy. You know, and then eventually when we started doing our own thing. We went on this thing called THT, the Hangover Tour, which was just, you know, one of the best experiences of my life. Wow. And that's when we were all saying, Yanga can rap, man. But because he'd always do it. He did it with Nota. They were the bloody agents, man. Remember the bloody agents? Don't touch me on my studio. Don't touch me. That was Yanga and Nota. And then, but behind the scenes, but I was the only one that could see it. They were really doing some good songs out there. And then Yanga kind of was just leaning towards it even more because that's why he was here. And it kind of stretched it to, you know, now he's a Summer Award-winning guy. It's fucking nuts.
It's crazy, right?
It's fucking
when do you leave Buttabing? Like, when do you start your
2012.
own shit? 2012 now, ne?
Yeah, 2012.
So we're leaving.
I think Nota leaves first. Nota gets fired first.
Oh, you got fired?
As far as I know.
Yeah.
I think Nota gets fired first. I think Yanga leaves. I don't know if Yanga got fired or left. I don't know. And at this time, we were living together.
Okay.
3 of us.
Oh, 3 of you guys?
Yeah.
No ways.
Yeah, we lived together. We lived together in 3 different places, I think. We lived together in town, in Marshalltown. And then we lived together in, I don't know which came first. My memory gets fucked up sometimes.
Yeah.
But in Constantia Kloof, which is by Clearwater Mall and things. And then Bryanston, somewhere. Yeah, I think that was the last place we lived together. But we're living together throughout this whole thing. So, so you understand when I'm still about a being person when we're living together at the last spot, and I'm still sort of but now these guys have left or are no longer part of the bada bing thing, So a lot of the things are now shit. I'm the guy that pays for things. And yeah, but I mean, that's how it happens. I mean, we then, even before that, man, I moved back home also. We actually moved out of Bryanston and we stopped that and I go home. And while I'm home, I then, go, shit, I dropped an album. It's called Special Request. The album's out. It's doing good. It did its thing, I just don't feel the growth, for whatever reason. I'd signed about it being in 2005.
Yeah.
It's now 2012. No, in 2007. It's now 2012. That's 5 years.
Yeah.
And I want a little bit more from the game.
Yeah. Rightfully
I want
so.
more. Yeah. Let's get more, Can we, can't we? And then I just decide,
At this time, are you guys working together or it's just like you're just doing your own shit?
At Bada Bing.
No, and once you've left, when you guys are staying in Bryanston and all these places together, because I mean, obviously work things come up.
We're not work. Like I'm the guy that would go and still do
your shit.
Bada Bing show, with Slicker and Smacks, but the guys are not going anymore because they've.
So when do you guys start working together then?
I think right after that, because when I moved out and I went back to the hood, the guys came.
Okay.
Yeah, came to the hood. And at that time, I'm leaving. I'm a little disgruntled by shit. Not to put any blame on Bada Bing. I have like things that I want to do, and there's a way that things are done, and I don't believe in those things, or I don't want to be a part of, And so I just send a long email to Slick and Smacks, and we have a meeting at trying to remember, Turn and Tender, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was a Turn and Tender. Yeah, I think it was a Turn and Tender. No, but before that, man, Turn and Tender was the last one. We have a meeting at a Mug and Bean somewhere in Rosebank, actually. That was the first one. And then the second one later when we were actually leaving for THT. But so then the gents come and get me and go, yo, Zwagala, I mean, not even Zwagala. What the fuck are you doing? And at that time, I'm not really recording. Not really. I'm just,
You're in that vibe, in that zone, where you just don't want to record,
Yeah, and I don't have a plan about, I'm not even trying to pursue the shit.
You're tired,
like at that point,
bro.
I'm just like, it's in pause maybe for a year, it's a boy. Like I'm literally not doing anything rap and now, Pella, you must understand, in the hood, I'm that almost famous guy.
Yeah,
right? So,
almost made it.
Yeah, and it was, you're right there, bro. Now look at you, But at that point, I have my nigga like Mkolo, who's like, we actually did an entire fucking episode about him.
Yeah.
And I have my gents, just generally there's love, at least where I am. And the gents come and go, no, man, come on, There's things we can do. There's things we can, this, that, and the third, And I go, okay, sharp. And we go to this spot. I think maybe 2 or 3 days later, they come back and they have this Ginger there also, this Kid X. Now we're going to the spot that I used to record at. That's in Soweto, in Togoz. So I used to walk from a place called Sloom. I used to walk to Togoz.
Shit, that's far, bro.
There. Yeah, it is. It was far. So I hadn't been there in a while because, I'd stopped. At this point, I'm savay nang it takes. Palanti to meet. Marang na mot. But I'm a cheetah con. So now we're driving to these places, and I think on that day is really when everything kind of came together with the THT thing, that had Kid X and Smashes at the time, who's now Zenga, and they were Cash Time Fam, and Kwesta. And Yanga was the guy shooting the thing. Cash Kitty was the transport guy. He was the road manager. You know, Nota was the hlanganisa nabo nama promoter and all that. Just make this road make sense because we're trying to start the car and move. You know, and that's how then the THT thing started. I knew again, you know, and we knew. But even before that, man, when the gents called me to say, yo, let's do this, because then we started recording. We did this thing, Rally for Dakar. There's a Rally for Dakar thing I did right before the album dropped, where I was dropping songs every end of the week.
Shit.
You know, for 7 weeks for the first one, and I think the second one was for 8 weeks. So every Friday, every Friday, and the very last one was Boom Shakalaka.
Hey.
Or I think the very first one. Not sure. I think it was either the very first one or the very last one. And that's how fucking THT was built, and we started moving. So then we started getting close, again. You know, no tongue in that by span, and we had never spoken about working together as anything defined.
So how does he become your manager then?
Not by any contract or by any conversation.
Oh, it's just a label, like one gives you.
The biggest fuck up that people do, that we did, is just say assispan.
Yeah. You know how aspan aspan.
Yeah, assispan. When you're working under different
level
circumstances, or terms, you know, and I'm working on different shit, and I'm, you know, in your head you're the record label, in my head you're not. You know, but that's how we're working, and then 15 years later we realize, or you point out, or you make it seem like I didn't, or have always known that this was the case, or vice versa, or I do it or you do it, doesn't matter. But because you never spoke about it in the beginning, or however you interpret it now, it's your word against anybody's. You could just say, yo, nah, you said this. Nah, I didn't, because nothing was ever fucking.
But when you were working, it was working, bro. When you were working,
we were working, we were fucking grinding, and we're actually fucking incredible. You know, it was fucking incredible, and it was. But I know why it happened like that. You know? Like a lot of things, like I think everyone I ended up having around me,
as you're getting bigger and bigger,
was incredible people. I've had the fortunate, or the blessing of having incredible people, but I'm also not blind to the fact that those incredible people were around me because I was fucking incredible.
Of course.
You know? I think why the gravitation towards even wanting to work with,
because he's the chosen one.
Because he's the guy to work to for me to get to there. He's the guy to work with for me to get to there. You know, I've never met anybody that I thought was a person to work to for me to get to anywhere except Slicker and Smacks. Slicker and Sugar Smacks were the only people that I went to and said, I need you to get there.
So what?
From then on, I'd never approached anyone with that thing, because.
So when do you guys fall out then?
I don't know. I think 2018. You know, it starts. In 2018, it starts after this monstrous run.
Is this after Ngud? Must be after
Ngud was 2016.
Oh, okay.
The fallout was quite later. It's not even a fallout, like the stopping.
Yeah.
Like in 2018, it just stopped, and it kept moving, but you know, I think at that time, Nota hadn't been to the office in from 2018 till like where it got really bad in the top of 2020.
Shit, bro.
You know, he probably hadn't been to the office, and there's things that are. I mean, we'd had many a financial conversation, many a financial back check, many a financial talks and investigation, and not really investigation, just ganje. And
so you weren't in charge of the money at the
me?
time? Yeah.
I was never in charge of anything except what I do in the studio.
For real.
Yeah, but I think my fault was that I wanted it like that.
Yeah.
I didn't want to fuck with all that other shit, because I knew in my head how it works is that I know why niggas are here. Niggas are here because I'm dope.
Yeah.
It's the bottom line. Whether it's a dick thing to say or not.
Yeah.
But I'm.
What are you saying, dog? Are you saying when Ngud plays now, you're not getting your royalties and all that stuff?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying from what you make from the shows and things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what you make from the shows and things. And I'm saying that also under the pretenses at which things run, Nota has this idea that I'm his artist. Like, he signed me.
And he made you.
And obviously that he made me. And I say obviously because he's obviously been saying that.
Yeah.
And why I was also saying that I've never worked with a person that I thought could make me. I didn't approach anyone that I thought could make me. I got approached because I'm fucking
dope.
I'm the guy that makes the things that people decide to work with.
Yeah.
And if I do approach, it's either strategic or what. But that's not how this happened. I've never looked at a previous work, and then when I want to align myself with that, but I'm in a position where people can look and say, I want to align myself, and I can improve it. Yes, but also as I'm improving it, which is me, I'm also improving myself.
Yeah,
which is what I mean.
Yeah.
And
so 2018,
and I feel like a lot of that conversation gets lost in between trying to be the first one to say something or the loudest one to say something, or and all those things kind of bring in an energy that I don't fuck with, because me, I don't want to be in. I hate being in a position where I feel like I'm telling my story or talking my shit, and it feels like I'm adding on to a rumor or a thing, or him. I don't want my shit to, like, when we talk like this, when we're walking in, you say, you haven't been doing too many interviews.
Yes.
Because I just want to talk about
music,
shit that's worth talking about. And if I'm talking about a thing that, it's his take. So where there's this side, that side, and there's no truth. I think for me, especially this show, if you ever want to do it right about this very topic, you need to get myself in here, you need to get Nota in here, you need to get Leroy in here, and you need to get Kid X in here.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
I can't speak on anyone's behalf.
Can you do that?
You'd have to call everybody, but you need to. You might need security and things. Whoa! Wow.
Isn't that bad, bro?
It's bad. I mean, I haven't spoken to. I speak to X,
Yeah. Because you guys are business partners.
Yeah, and in the beginning of lockdown, I had we were having like these therapy things, like we just talk about shit. Just, what's going on? What's going on with this, and just you just wash out, and then also with Leroy, and we just talk about shit, and just like ukubhodla, man. Music ukubhodla, and then when things started getting on the socials about, ubani wenzani, or ubani wenzani, those things kind of sometimes derail you kancane, where it's a situation where you feel like whatever you were building or trying to build, you guys were never, ever at any point on the same page,
That's crazy,
and you
bro.
realize
You
that
years
after
together.
so many years, you go, damn, that's crazy, because you realize it when you start talking about, say, Dakar 2, right? But no, because I'm saying to you that I don't want to talk about things and feel like I'm adding on to a rumor.
No, but listen,
I want people in a room.
No, but
I want us to talk. I want us to But
the thing is, you are here and you can only tell your truth. And I think,
can't tell. But this question is about our truth.
Okay.
The defining thing is about the truth and our, and
so how do you feel when
truth? Otherwise, then I'm gonna find myself here talking about a person. I don't want to do that.
So how do you feel when
I don't want to be here talking about Nota. I don't want to be here talking about Leroy. I'm gonna be here talking.
But then, how do you feel when he
Honestly,
goes
talk loud.
on all these podcasts, even mine included, and he's talking about his truth? Don't you feel like it's only
Like I'm
right?
being misrepresented.
Yeah, don't you feel like it's only right that you tell your
but
truth?
the only way I can do it, if I don't want to create another side of
Oh,
something,
okay.
then I'm not trying to solve the situation.
Oh, I
I'm
get
trying
you.
to fuel the thing.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to
Fuel the
make
thing.
noise
Yeah.
of anything. You
Oh, I
know,
get you.
I'm bootering it right now. You know,
Yeah.
my situation is crazy. I mean, there was many conversations about many things that touched
was
me
there in the room?
personally. Yeah.
Who was there in that room? It was Leroy. Who else was there? MacG.
That's why kumele ube uLeroy, kube uKidX, kube him, kube uNota. That's the only way you're getting what you want from these questions that you're asking me about that situation. You know, because I say something, someone else gonna say something, and then someone else says something, and then someone else says something, and then no one says anything, you know, definitive. You know, so
I get you.
siyahlebana. In other words, lo makangekho ngizokhuluma kanje ngaye, lo makangekho mina into engayifunda, you know, and I've always figured since the beginning that into eziningi izosolvana masihlangana. You know, and
So you guys haven't made sense.
ukuthi sihlangane estradini or sihlangane la kuwe, but that'll be a lot of, you know, it'll put a lot of things in perspective.
You guys
or-
don't talk. You don't see each other at
define
shows. Nothing.
Not really, no.
But you're gonna see Leroy at the show now, because
Yeah, I see
he's
Leroy,
with
I
Big Zulu.
see X. Like,
and it's just a Grundas.
nokubane diplomas neringas. Like
Oh, okay.
Like the biggest thing is because X hasn't said anything about anything on his own accord. Leroy hasn't said anything about
you working with
anything
X?
on
I'm
his
confused.
own
Aren't you
accord.
working?
I haven't said anything about anything on my own accord, but Nota has been saying a lot of things on his own accord, which is neither here nor there on my side.
Yeah.
You know, if the attempt is to hurt me, it's not working, at least emotionally. But if the intent is to tell the truth, then it could work better if siyahlangan.
Get
You know, and I mean, siyasibana, you know, siyasibana no X. He just had a baby, you know. So
nice.
He's kind of watching his energies also.
Okay.
You know, he's kind of protecting that shit. You know.
But don't you guys have a label together?
Not anymore.
For
That's what
real?
I'm saying, yeah.
Yes.
Who owns Rap Life now?
Rap Life. I don't know.
No, man. When you go to Cipro and you look at the Rap Life directors, which names are there?
This is
You know what happened when njengoba ngitshela ukuthi ezinye izinto ezingakhulunywa zisuka yabo from ebhandeni uthi ekuse kwenziwa kanje, you know. X wasn't around when we were starting these conversations. It was myself, La Vida and Bar.
La Vida is Nota, yeah?
Oh, Bar is Leroy, yes. And we had decided at that point, Nota had a company or has a company called Urbantainment.
Yeah.
Right, and at the time we were starting, it was the only company that anyone had under their name.
Oh, registered. Ah, I see.
Registered, and so we go to Sony and we say, "Yo, we're looking for a licensing deal. What?" And we sign. Well, he signs. Mind you, I don't have a contract with Nota or Urbantainment.
But he signed the deal.
Yeah, but I was there for it. I think I didn't sign the paper. I actually thought I did, but I didn't. But we were signed to the you know, because we had this agreement.
Yeah.
It was Urbantainment, you know, that which was later supposed to be changed.
Yeah.
Supposed to be changed to the Rap Life that later. And when we started, it wasn't even Rap Life. It was Urbantainment, and then it was supposed to be changed, and partnering changes, and directorship changing, and ownership changing, and we got, I don't know, we got lost in the hustle of trying to do things, and nobody ever thought about going back to that. And now that's the
So Sony has a deal with
that's
Urbantainment.
the big, yeah.
Shit.
And now it's an important. I mean, I had a whole conversation at the house. One time I called niggas. I was like, no, we actually called each other. And I think the only reason it was at the house was because, well, at the clubhouse where I live, was because I had my in-laws there and everything. And this was myself, X, and Leroy. And we spoke about this. And and had agreed that we are under the wrong impression of things. We need to change this, you know. And I think this was 2018, and that's when the office visits, like the participation, stopped from a lot of the guys because if it changes, then that changes the position of urbantainment. And if I don't want that as an urbantainment owner, it means I own less of Kwesta's music, and Kwesta's going to stick with it because he's real. I don't have a contract with urbantainment, you know, at all. Never had one, but us Sony who licensed the music, it'll be that, you know. And why I say that's my fault is because uqalinto about
I sense the point. That's rock.
And then eventually ngoba sekuhanjiwe bese khona la kufikwa khona bese uthi hayi seku-right mina sengi-right la ngifike khona, and then story siyashintsha ukuthi hayi bese asikaze siplan ukwenza le company one, you know? And it becomes those type of things, and then now you don't know who to fight. This is why I'm more Buddha than anything, because ngizolwa into eziningi. But vele yazi ngine-album eliphumile.
Sure. I'm about to ask you questions, ne? From my chillers, ne? But before I ask you that, ne? As a person, because a lot of people are worried about Nota. As a person...
What do you mean worried?
Like, with all these antics and everything that he's saying, a lot of people are worried about him mentally. As someone who you worked with and you know him, how do you think he is right now?
I hope he has love around him. Because I don't think he's given out a lot of that, but I hope he has a place that he receives it in. Yeah.
All right, clean.
One more question. With Ngud, he always says he produced. We all know it's Maporisa, but he says he produced like a solid part of it. Like he came up with the bass line and then gave the sample to Maporisa.
Yeah, how did Ngud come about?
What's the story with the production of Ngud?
There's another one that may need a pori here.
And you know I was there when he produced Ngud.
Yeah?
I was at his house in Midrand.
Where?
When Pori.
Pori.
Yeah, when you just finished doing it, Howard played it for me.
Yeah. Well, I woke up to, it was a session, you know. We'd had a couple of Ngudus.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Yeah.
I killed that, I so fan. I was with a boy, man, Takan, he was from the hood. That nigga hated that song from the beginning.
For real?
Just by the way, yeah. Takan was like, what the fuck are you doing? But anyway, when I woke up to Pori. Just bing, bing, bing.
So you're at Puri's house?
Yeah, I was at Pori's house.
Yeah.
I was there. Yeah. But I wasn't alone. Nota was there also. There was always like a certain group of us.
Yeah.
Myself, Nota. I'm not sure if MacG was there on that day, but MacG was just always around, you know, because we were making an album. So we'd always, you know, if we weren't working at the Saudi studios, we were working at whoever is producing studios, whoever's, and I think that leg was the Pori leg, you know, that came with things like My Babo. Yeah. And I woke up and I just found Pori playing the beat and trying to see and just working on the drums and things, you know, and I did ask that it kind of be slowed down a little bit. And then I didn't do drums. I don't produce. You see me, I'll tell you, I don't produce. But I'm talking, and when I'm saying this, I'm saying it to Pori. You know? Now what Pori and Nota then do, I don't know. But I'm there, and I'm not seeing a lot of it. So that's why I get the conversation is with Pori.
Because you didn't know what they were saying.
Yeah, I don't know what was happening with regards to me and Ngazwuti Pori produced. I don't know how much of what Pori produced was sort of, you know, carried by La Vida. You know, I heard the ding ding ding.
Whose idea was it to get Casper?
It was Pori's.
Pori.
Yeah, TV went on. It was on the TV. Because TV, like when Pori records, why I say it was Pori's, I backed it up very much, but it was, we record and there's the TV. It's always silent. That shit never plays anything. You just see pictures. I swear, you just see what Mangabi generation, you're just watching, but you're not hearing shit because it's scoops at that.
Yeah.
And this is Bori's old house. So it's 2015 we're talking about, you know. And I think a video came in, and I'm fun. And I don't think Bori and Casper at the time were getting along very well. Yeah, but he says, yo, I'm fun, as motherfucker. I say, I clean. That could work. Now I'm listening to it, and at this time I don't have the whole joint. I have yeah. Well, it's not even like it's not even actual words yet. Yeah. Or maybe I think I had the hook and didn't have the verses yet or something. And the Porter brings it up because we'd go outside and smoke and come back in, and he's just justifying this entire thing, and by justifying, just explaining to me how big it could be, you know. And I go, Casper is perfect, MacG. You know, I think that's what producing is, right? Because
and you good with Casper at the time.
Redefined, yeah, good. You know, I think producing has been redefined so much, even by, like, if you hear a lot of Nota's posts and things, he'll tell you what producing is. It doesn't mean I'm the guy that do it, you know. So that's why I'm saying I'm not sure about which parts were produced by, but I remember hearing that from Epori, the idea of a cast, right? Just as an idea, you know, because in my head I was trying to kill it myself, you know, and when we went to his spot, I didn't even play that joint first. I played him a bunch of other shit, just to kind of hear what he'd vibe with. You know, if there's one thing about Cass, he's got like a good ear.
Yeah, he does.
And you heard that shit and, oh, you got the summer, bro. Hey! Oh, shit, you got the summer. Ooh,
you lied, dog.
Yeah, and I mean, but I will say that I don't remember if I called Cass to come to his house or La Vida called Cass to come to his house. That could play a big difference in how the story unfolds. But
you're at the house.
Yeah, you know, we're so I don't know what falls under producing also, you know, because if that then is producing, then yeah, you know, then probably, you know, produced by. But I know that the person who made the beat is Bori, and when we were speaking about Casper, it was between Bori and all of us, man. Like,
how come
I
you
just don't know who was there and who wasn't.
How come you've never done a song with Casper since?
I don't know, it just didn't happen.
For real?
Yeah, it just hasn't happened. But we don't have any problems if that's what you're trying to find.
Yeah, because I always find it so weird. I thought you'd want to do another Ngud with him, you know?
Nah, you can't do one thing twice.
Nah.
You can only be one of those. Yeah. You can do a dumpy.
All right, cool. Let's get to the questions, man. All right, cool. Here we go. How does he remain humble and not suffer from superstar complex? Thank him for putting Kasi rap on the international stage.
I do suffer from superstar.
Nah, you don't,
things.
bro.
I do.
You've been the same since I've met you, bro.
Yeah, I do, but I can't go into a mall and buy socks. And sometimes it's not because the malls. I do that as I'm packing.
Yeah.
Say, Ish, maybe it's not a good idea.
Yeah, so but what they're trying to say is, like, you're not a big head like other superstars. You still
naturally I am. Have you seen the size of my head? No, bro, but
I'm trying to help him here.
I don't know, bro. My thing is that music has always just been something I just fuck with. I've never fucked with
what comes with music.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the best times that I'm having in music is the worst time in music, which is right now when nobody's really all eyes on you. I find it so peaceful.
Same here, dog.
Yeah.
Same here, dog. I can't even go to the garage anymore. I have to take a shower.
You have to take a shower at the garage, man.
Good question.
Hey.
All right, cool. Here we go. How did the international features happen? Rick Ross, Wale. The experience of him bringing Rick Ross to Kasi, that is legendary.
Lou Africa. Lou Africa. Aswana, man. I don't know why. You know,
I was with him the other year.
You know, sometimes I think and I go, that's the one thing I saw Aswana, maybe him.
But he was saying, You guys haven't paid his bill.
At some point, Lou was getting like about 50,000 a month at least to be around the States to try and look for these opportunities of people we're going to get to work on joints.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what bills. And this was to move around. You understand when you're getting money to do something that that there's a possibility of you not being able to do today. But someone has to pay for it tomorrow, where you get another chance, and then tomorrow, where you get another.
Because what he said is that even for the video.
Also, I wasn't fucking involved in the monies, but I know that a shitload of money went out into making sure that shit happens.
Because as I said with the Rick Ross video, Rick Ross was just booked to come perform, right? And then he had to pay Rick Ross an extra $30,000 or something like that for him to shoot the video. Because Rick Ross didn't have any idea he was shooting the video.
Oh, my thing is that I got we got actual statements and things. So if that's a conversation that's being had privately, then I don't know about it because I know what was also paid for. Yeah. And I'm willing to put my ass on the line and say I paid for all that shit.
Yeah. He told me there's a track he got Kanye West was ready to do the track with you.
He didn't tell me.
Yeah, he showed me even the artwork.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, he did show me artworks. Yes, I remember artworks. I mean, but he's put me on artworks with like Jay-Z and shit.
Yeah,
just like when the dream is happening.
Yeah.
But I mean, Lou did great things with what we were trying to do because I was always saying I want to bring these guys here, which was always going to be the difficult part. But it just sucks when he says he paid for this shit.
Yeah.
And it sucks that you'd hear this from him and not say it. Now, man, MacG.
Come on now, I get it.
Yeah, but now it looks like it's like when you wake up and you're reading to like say. So like I was having a conversation about. I was with Marco just the other day, you know, and how he feels and how he is as a person. I don't really want to get into this, but how that was made to be about what I'm not doing, you know, and the people that know that what I'm doing don't say it, then it becomes something I have to defend, you know.
When he shouldn't.
And yeah, because the guy you were speaking to knows, you know, that. So now when you're speaking to me here on this platform, I'm a guy that knows, and I'm saying, if there's a way for, say, a Lou, say, a Nota, a Leroy, or
but don't you think it's better than me saying, like, let's say on a normal Monday episode, I'm like, hey, Saul, I heard.
It's perfect. That's why I mean.
Because you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
If everything must be public, then everything must be public. And everything must be put in the right platforms where we all sit here, comrades, and we point off, order it out. And if we can't point off, order it out, we shove each other out of the fucking interview or whatever the fuck happens. But
that would be lit. That interview would be lit, eh?
To have that.
No, but it becomes like a very open,
mature,
honest place and a place where truth is found. Because I don't think you'll find everything that I'm saying. I don't think I'm saying it from how I saw it. You must understand that we haven't had the time to even talk about anything because as soon as shit fell off, shit just fell apart. So there's things that a person thinks about you that you haven't seen since then, and this was your boy, or maybe not because we were never friends. It was strictly business, you know. And because of that, then it becomes a thing where you kind of have to always think about what you're gonna say and how they're gonna take it. Because I'm not talking about a bunch of strangers. I'm talking about people I give a fuck about. You know. Well, from my side and my point of view, I mean, I spent a good part of my life knowing these people and working on changing our lives. There's no way I suddenly don't know them or don't care. You know.
No, I respect that. When he teamed up with Hydro and Drew on DJ Switch's King of Tomorrow, did he ever imagine that particular song would turn out to be a prophetic for him especially, or was it just another verse on another song, Nje?
No, it was setting it up. I was setting it up. Yeah.
What verse are they talking about here?
I think this was 2011 or something. 2011, something. It's a song by DJ Switch with Drew from 985 and Hydro. Hydro, do your thing, but he's from Is it Witbank? No, Wattville.
Benoni.
Wattville, yeah. From Wattville.
I told him
and
how to
Hydro,
rap.
the thing is, I came up with the AMS people I was talking about earlier in the story, Africa's Most Southern. He was also a part of that. You know? So we have a long story with Hydro. But yeah, I did. I
What was the verse about? I don't know that song. Do you know that song?
Well, the song is called Kings of
I know.
Tomorrow. Like yesterday we came and everybody said no. And today we gained fame and everybody wants a photo.
Hey!
Can you picture tomorrow? You know?
Oh,
Can you picture tomorrow? Well, guess what? We're the kings of tomorrow.
Oh, I see.
It was really just putting it into place.
Did you always know you're gonna be a superstar? You knew, no?
No, but I knew I wanted to. Yeah, there's no way I could have known, but I knew I wanted to. So that's why when you get the question, did you ever think it'll be like this? I'm like, well, I did imagine it.
Yeah.
I did. I mean, I've done many a summer acceptance speech in the mirror.
Yeah.
You know, and unfortunately got to do it in real life. But you start in the mirror, so you see it there, and I can't betray that mirror speech now and say, no, I didn't know it was gonna happen. Ooh, I know it.
How was the summer experience for you? Did you feel like you got robbed at the summers?
The summers. I won 6 summer awards.
But there was a year. Didn't Nota say there was a year before where?
You see your sauce.
Yeah. It's important.
No, that was I think it was talking about the metros.
Oh, metros.
Yeah, I think it was talking about the metros.
Yes. The metros. Yes.
Yeah, the metros. That's the Mabala metros.
Yes,
Yeah,
those
that's-
ones.
that's-
Yeah.
that's when
How do you
they-
feel as an artist, man? Because obviously you don't care about awards and stuff. You just
No,
wanna,
it's not that I don't care. You see, it's dope to get the
recognition.
hold on, but to get it right, to get it right. It sucks that as soon as there's ways to get it and it's not the right way, then you fuck it up for people who are not trying to do the wrong way of doing things. You know, it's like shit like payola. It's like shit like, you know, when you just all we're told to do is submit music, but if you can pay $50 here, I can guarantee you a #1 first week, or you know, or whatever the fuck situation. It's $10 here, I can guarantee you all the awards. We didn't do that. You know, with so that's what I think it was talking about. It was really those awards where Ricky went on that infamous speech and he was like, you know, where he relived the verse that he had said, and he was just living it. And if motherfuckers can buy these awards, then I don't fucking want it.
Yeah, you know what?
You know, yeah. So
I respect him for that. Please ask him, is he planning on having a second wife?
What? No. Fuck, you know what it's like to have one. I love her to bits. Love her. Love my wife. Love you, babe.
How's
But
marriage
goddamn.
life, man? Because it's been a year now, no?
It's been 2.
2. Thanks for the invite, by the way, to your wedding.
It's been 2 white.
Ngithi, thanks for the invite.
Ngishanga umzimba. No, man, for ish. I think in 10 years to renew my vows. Then maybe.
Yeah.
It's always a learning curve. It's a thing. I mean, we actually did in 2017 or 2018 or some shit.
Yeah.
Traditionally, and so it's 2 years white and about 5 years 10 years since Mitilo 11. I don't know. I know these anniversaries, they come up. Sasa ngaba anniversary, you know.
You're bad with dates, no?
I'm bad with my memory. All I lived was this thing, bro. And so many things are broken because of it. So that's why I don't want to continue talking about things that can break even more shit moving forward. You know, it's just there's a lot of things broken, from relationships to souls to just people and how they are. So I don't want to continue in that in that sort of lane. But that's not what we're talking about. We're saying, how's marriage life? Marriage life is cool. I'm figuring it out. You know, we're figuring it out and we're figuring it out. We're to Zinger. That's how Zinger says figuring it out. Figuring it out.
Yeah.
So we figuring it out and really, but it's dope, man. I just had a baby.
Congratulations,
5 months old.
bro.
Yeah.
You got 2 girls now,
I
man.
got 2 girls, bro.
Yeah, you
Karma
close
is
your
a
eyes.
bitch. Yeah.
Right?
Karma is a fucking bitch, right? Like, fuck.
I must teach you how to have a boy. You mustn't close your eyes, Chief.
Bro, I close my eyes and I curl my toes. Doesn't work. Apparently, those are the things I'm not supposed to be doing. But yeah.
How did you know your woman was the one, man? Because your story is amazing.
I didn't until it was time to know. Like, when the shit got real and the shit started getting big and the shit started actually working, how, I mean, my mom was there from get, like, my
For
mom
real?
my mom was there in Katlong recording with me and just fucking
In that sense of
fucking dingy fucking
you love
and I was like I'm calling hard in jam is on tetis and it's dingy yo in the crib yeah bro. And
she's a keeper, bro.
no man, it's been 12 years, right? So I didn't know she was the one until she decided she
How do you meet
wanted
her?
to be.
How do you meet her? How do you meet her?
Video.
Video.
Flavor. Yeah, got that flavor. Got that flavor. It's a song I have on the first album. Made it there, and I just thought, so drula la fast.
You still drooling?
Yeah, you just die. Phela in my thing, boom, look shit, man. Yonke into ozoyibeka lapha mngam. Ngiyanemba ngiyadlula. Kanti ngizobhamba, nganemba ngahlala.
So now that you have 2 daughters, are you one of those rappers who stop saying the B word and stuff?
No. Nah. I think my daughters will have to understand the way I message things, but I think it does change my position and how I message things. Like if I say bitch, I'd probably, like I just said it now. I probably won't play this for her, but at a certain age, she'll eventually have to hear it. And that's what Dad said. This was, like I say fuck. You know? I say all these things because she's not going to filter my messages, but she's going to kind of filter my messaging. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Like, how I say something will kind of be... I want it to be something that she's going to be proud of at the age where she can listen to everything that I make. And it will have a bitch, it will have a fuck, it will have the language that I really use, it will have daddy's entire honesty. Yeah. And how...
Which one takes after you?
Speak.
Which one takes after you from the 2?
Yeah, the youngest is still too young to kind of figure out. We're still trying to figure out this personality. It's weird because she just does weird shit like screams. Like I'm actually gonna post this right after this goes live. Yeah, I'm gonna post a video where we just screaming at each other. She learned how to scream now. Yeah. And I go, and she goes, and I go, and it's pretty cool. But I think my firstborn is very much like me, which I don't like very much. Yeah. I don't like very much because I do not think the world now is made for people like that who are too... There's the humility line. Yeah. I think I need to teach her where to draw the line with this humility thing because she goes in too much with that. Like she's a little too humble, and I've figured that one of the biggest mistakes, and this is actually a quote from A. Reese, I think. The biggest mistake I did was be too humble, you know. And I kind of can relate to that, and I don't want my kids to grow up like that.
You're right, man.
But I want them to have humility, but not to the extent of which mine.
When you're humble, it's so easy to get screwed over, man.
It's how you're bait. It's the easiest target. It's the easiest target.
That's all you know, bro.
Yeah, but now you need to know better. That's the problem. So you also can't play the sympathy card and want people to be, nah, fuck that. You should have known better, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. You know? And I'm not a victim to it. There's a lot of things I gain from it, but a lot of things are also because of how people know you are before they even get into business or before they even talk or before they know exactly how what kind of person, and they know why their plot or plight will work because you are that type of person.
You mentioned rappers. Before rappers, what happened with the BMW saga?
What's the BMW saga?
They used your song.
Oh, that's legal.
Oh, okay. So we're still going through that.
I can't. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But it's an ongoing thing, ne?
Yeah.
No, get your money, dog. Get your money, dog.
Yeah, everyone must get their money.
Yeah.
From a Makwa to Tebogo Malupe shot.
Why are they saying you're not paying Makwa, dog?
I don't know, bro. That's what I was saying. I was with Makwa the other day. I don't know.
Fucking these tabloids, dog.
Yeah, too. I heard that Makwa is depressed.
You know what I mean?
Let me tell you. I'll discuss this, right? It's Makwa's business, first of all. I don't think it's anybody's business that's listening. But whatever everyone's writing is not what me and Makwa talk about.
And that's all that matters.
Or what the reality between me and Makwa is, regardless of what propaganda is being pushed.
Yeah.
Like, we're figuring out how to make the industry work for us, because the industry is bad, right? Just generally. I just finished an album. All monies are not with me, or I'm not keeping any money from Makwa. Never have, never will. That has never been a narration that he'll never give that in his own independent interview. But obviously a propaganda will be pushed to kind of make it lean towards that way. But as far as I know, as of this conversation and before, we're working towards okayness in the whole game, which means you work with everybody individually and in everything. And I'm very involved in being okay. We're okay generally as guys, but in working out livelihoods, because that's
what it's all about, man.
That's the challenge right now. You know, I don't even know where I get paid, because I've been here 3 hours and nothing will come in.
Join the club.
Nah, you gonna get paid. And also, Pella, you have like what we celebrated the other day? How many fucking subscribers now?
The plaque was 100,000.
100,000.
The same one I was,
Yeah. And I remember Olavido was saying, yo, we ain't gonna do the interview until you get 100,000. Yeah. And now I can't get my 177,000 because anyway.
Karma.
I told you.
Listen, before we talk about the album, I like to play this game with rappers.
Yeah.
It's called One Must Go, One Must Die, One Must Go, One Must Go.
Fana, okay.
Let's go.
Sure.
All right. Zakwe Duncan, one must go. Who's going?
No way.
Who's going? One must go. Gun to your head, Kwesta. One must go. Can you get him a refill there so you can answer properly? Zakwe. Whoa. I like Zakwe, man.
I do too. But now these are like my guys. Like this is like, these are my guys.
Yeah.
Like, and I think this question is a setup, Vel. You know, like I can't let one go. But you asked me, so.
All right, cool. Nadia Nakai Rouge.
One must go. So what I say is the one that's not
going.
the one.
Yeah, it's not the one. Delete.
Do they get along?
Nadia Rouge, yeah, I think they do.
Oh, then that's fine. Piki Mavela. What's the first one?
Man, you did.
Nadia.
This fucking guy just remembered. He did the best remix of all time with Nadia. Amantombazane.
Yeah. And I haven't done a song with Rouge, so Nadia.
Must go.
Yeah. And I've also did a song on Nadia's album, Naked.
Yeah.
Called Creatures. So because I want to work with Rouge, Nadia must go.
I like More Drugs on Nadia's album. More Drugs is dope, man. You know More Drugs?
Do you take them from the album? Or?
Dog, let's talk about Amantombazane, dog. That song changed the game, bro.
Yeah, that remix was nuts. That was like one of the best moments of South African hip hop, and the propelling of that was crazy. I think that was 2014. That's when shit was just. And then I think in the same year it was the Karakara year.
Yeah.
Before. It was just fucking nuts.
Who calls you for that remix?
It was unstoppable. Who called me? No, Ricky called me.
Ricky, okay.
And then, excuse me. Who the boys, man?
Dimples?
The guys who made that beat.
Ganja Beats.
Ganja Beats, man.
Ganja Beats.
Ganja Beats. Yeah. But yeah, Ricky had hit me up, and then Ganja Beats said, "Yo, man, we're having a session here, kiddo." So we went and did that.
Who do you think killed the verse out of that whole remix?
X and Ginger. My shit's the same, beat. My shit don't change.
But Cool Cat killed it as well.
Oh, you asking why I tweeted that I killed it?
For me, Cool Cat killed it, dog. And who's the guy? Was it just
Ngayanga Mabon? SAPC4. Yeah. It was nice with it.
Yeah. Who was the guy? Man.
Which one?
The guy who the beat changed for, man. He was one of the beginning ones. Who was on
Well,
that
the
song?
beginning is MacG.
MacG as well. MacG as well.
Chicks in the mix.
Yeah.
Taking the vixen. I forgot the things, but yeah. It's MacG
clean.
and, yeah.
All right, cool. Next one. Cool Cat versus Big Zulu. One must go.
Wait, when you say the one I say
Is the one that's
out.
going, yeah.
Yes.
Who must go? Cool Cat or Big Zulu?
Cool Cat.
Cool Cat must go?
Yeah, I think just based on opportunity given and time. Like I think Zulu's just doing his thing and it's, it's loud. Cool Cat been around.
Yeah.
He knows what's what. Unless if I'm basing my decision on that.
Yeah.
When
Big Zulu does Imalenengi, aren't you mad that he doesn't call you for the
He
for a
did.
verse? Oh, he called you.
Called me. Yeah. I told Big Zulu, I think because we had just done the Ama Billion remix.
Yeah, the remix, yeah. Which I love, by the way. Dope one, man.
Clean.
Dope one, man.
And I said, bro, I think he sent me that song. Sent me the beat and I fucked with it, really.
Yeah.
And I said, nah, I think if you're really looking for a feature, but in my head, I think in Take Fun one, just have that one joint where you boom, and ended up doing it with Ricky. But obviously at the time I was saying it, I didn't think it was gonna be as much to that it is now. I mean, I loved it, but oh my God, what it became.
Wait.
Like you stupid.
And you heard it the way we know it as. There was no changes.
There was literally,
Apart
it was
from
just
Ricky.
that. It was just the beat. And I think Ntabazu Dubai had the hook already. So I fucked with the hook.
Yeah.
And Zulu hadn't rapped even. And I was like, Panazul, but I think it's time you, because I mean, even before this, the album before, Zulu and I had done a joint to Utaglalegi.
Yeah.
And he had just shot for that now. And then he shot for $1 million, and then shot for $1 billion. I'm like, you may have too much of me in the shit. I think you just need to...
Time for you to shine.
It's the wrong time to say that shit. Very wrong time
On
to say
the
that
worst
shit.
song.
What other
God
songs
damn.
did you
I would
skip
have
on?
murdered that shit.
What other songs did you skip on? That became big.
Shit. You see, when I hope this comes with a little bit of humility. Saying that one. When you're a guy like me, like I do a shitload of features.
Okay.
I get a shitload of calls about features. So I can't remember which I've done and which I've said no to. It's very
Is there a beat that you didn't work on and someone else took it and it became huge?
Nah, not with beats. The thing is that I kind of asked you to play me shit you haven't played for.
Oh, anyone else? Cool.
And if you have, it's okay. But I kind of try to do that, or we can just make some shit up.
Yeah.
In the studio, and just kind of come up with shit, which is how Marco and I normally work. Like we'll make the shit. We'll get in the studio with nothing, and then kind of.
Skwatta Kamp, tear gas. One must go.
Oh,
Yeah.
Skwatta Kamp, tear gas.
Oh, isn't it obvious?
No, wait. The one I say goes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tear gas. Tear gas.
And Tigers
If I never
made important songs, but they didn't
Skwatta
make.
is Grootmans.
They didn't make Ilandela and
Kwesta.
Castles, man. We hustle. No, bro.
We give it.
Yeah, man.
Remember Rancho? Tap that ass.
You didn't make that. So.
Remember Rancho? Tap that ass, girl. I'll tap that ass.
Tap that ass, let me tap that ass. I remember that. And that shit was a skit. I was so mad because I wanted that to be a song so much. It sounded like it was.
It sounded like a song. Yeah.
And it was just that skit. And it just, no one raps.
Oh,
it's
man.
just some pimp guy talking. And I think that was Flabba.
All right, last one. Blackie, Lucas rap.
Blackie.
Let's go.
No, Blackie stays.
Oh yeah. I was about to say, hey.
No, also I've known Lucas Rap for quite a while, and I think for the time that I've known him for, Blackie has kind of done a little bit more in a shorter space of time.
Oh yes, that's true.
Yeah, so it's none. I fuck with Lucas Rap. So I've
They
been
both
around him.
good,
I
man.
I don't think he hates me also, but you know that I was saying Comtash.
Hey,
That shit is hot. That shit is fire.
it's fire, bro. Dr. Pepper's got an ear as well, man. Everything it drops.
Dr. Pepper's never missed.
Yeah.
Never missed.
Who do you like? Who do you fuck with these young kids? The kids coming up. Obviously.
I mean, I haven't listened enough of Blackie to kind of know that he's the guy, but I know he's got a couple hot joints now. But now my thing is that me, a young guy, is not as young as... Like a young guy is old now.
Okay.
A guy who's younger than me is an old guy.
You reckon?
Well, as an old guy, like Shane Eagle is a very young guy.
Yeah, in the game.
So if you're asking me about the youngins, I'm not sure where are you saying the ones that are coming in this year? Well, I mean, a Eagle's been around for about a couple of years, 4 years.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
So I don't know where you
Shane Eagle.
play.
I don't know
after
these new
Shane
ones.
Eagle.
Yeah, I don't know these new ones.
Just after
Yeah, but
Shane.
Macosta Teach played that crowd.
Aries.
Aries.
No,
been
Aries
around,
he
was
would be in
signed to
the
Ambitious.
about Shane Nabo.
Is he a good man now, Aries?
Yeah,
No.
You fucking kidding me?
I think about Shane Eagle, Big Star, Ari. What did you say? Fuck, what did I miss?
Your team is laughing.
What did you say?
No, I said Aries was signed to Ambitious. I mean, he can't be a young kid.
He's not. He
can't be young.
I've seen those. No.
Okay.
See. Well, in Ghana by age, but
Yes, but it's in the game.
No,
exactly.
not by any. That's what I mean. So, ufuna bapi.
Costa.
Oh no, I fuck with Costa, right? I fuck with Costa because of just his vibes. Like he's not even trying to. A lot of people have called it appropriation, this, that.
Yeah.
But that's just solely because he's white. And I'm like, this kid's been black
Dude,
as long as I've known him.
Bro, same
I've
here,
known this
man.
kid for a very long time, even longer than a Reese and
And he's always been.
But because he was a dancer, right?
Yeah.
He was dancing, and I remember when there was Masters of Rhythm and things like that, and that kid was there just doing that damn thing. So, but that's not because it's not about dance. But I'm saying he's just generally been around the culture of hip hop so much that it's and he was a kid doing it.
It's in his
he's
blood,
not even,
man.
Yeah, it's not even a person who saw this was a great idea. He was a child and when he got into it because of his friends who happened to be black guys who danced, you know, and
he's fucking it up now.
and he got into that, and now he got into raps because he got in the spaces in the studio. So I fuck with him. I fuck with some songs, you know, but I think he's definitely a person to.
Who's that rapper that beatboxer that not beatboxer, man?
Which one?
The disrespect, the producer, man.
I fuck with, you see my favorite, one of my favorites of the newer people, slightly newer than Shane Eagle and Aries and them is Touchline. Touchline is like Touchline is like one of my favorite rappers. He's starting to become one of my favorite rappers, period. Right?
D Koala?
Which is a big thing. Yeah, funny. I was in Cape Town this one time, and I spent like the entire day with D Koala. She's such a vibe, man. She's so dope.
Yeah, I like her.
And I like the things she's got going on. You know,
She's different,
the
dog.
culture.
Yeah,
This for the culture. And it was so weird that a lot of people didn't know. Well, the people I was with at the time, mustn't I didn't know that culture is actually the Kylie Chake. Like it's not just directly the culture of rap.
Yeah.
That's the nickname for Kylie.
Okay.
It's called culture.
Culture, yes, it's true.
Yeah.
So she's smart too. Fuck.
No, that's the thing that was happening. We just didn't know because we think we're better.
All right, cool. Let's talk about the album, dog. You know this nigga's working with, dog?
Who?
Nelson Makamo.
Nelson Makamo.
Makamo, yes.
Makamo, the
Yes,
artist.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. The legend.
Guy's a legend. He's got a Times cover.
Yeah, so am I.
right?
Shit.
Times magazine cover. Yeah. Wow.
You know?
Dude, how does that come about, bro?
No, I think,
Well, before you speak,
yeah.
please, at home, do yourself a favor and Google this guy. Fucking legend. Nelson.
Nelson Makamo.
I mean, Nelson, we first met properly at something in Ekurhuleni, some political premier thing. I think the premier was doing something, this, that, and third. And we met there and we just had the conversation. I fuck with your shit. And I fuck with your shit. Next time you do shit, just, you know. And
Did you know it was Nelson at the
next time
time?
you do shit, just...
Did you know it was Nelson at the time?
I did. I was already a fan of the shit, for real. I wasn't fronting. I'm not gonna tell you I'm a fan of your shit.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, you know. So I'd seen a lot of the works, and I'd fucked with the works, and really those conversations took time. Well, not took time. It kind of froze for a bit. So because I wasn't working on an album or anything, I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna come say until I started working on the album. Then I was like, yo, so yeah, G, come, you know, let's do the damn thing. And that's how we pretty much did it. And this is what, 2018, I think. I'm not sure. 2018, 2019. Nah, 2018. When we first met. And then we met again in 2019 and just did it off the top, sharp. Still got, when you're working on something, sharp. Yeah, and when I was working on something, I hit him up. And true to his word, man, we did amazing things where he's doing the album cover of GOD Guluva.
Do you know how big that is, dog?
Yeah.
You're so blessed, bro.
I think I get it, you know? I mean, I don't really have like fucking Oprah bumping my shit in her spare time, but she does kind of zone out to a Nelson Makamo portrait.
Yeah, she's got a Nelson in her house.
So I get it. I get the power of it, and I get the.
How's it like working with him, man? I know I'll never get him for an interview because he doesn't do interviews.
We're literally almost the same person. It's just shit is hectic because you get calls from France when you. Did I say France? Shit. From France when you're talking to. Hey man, I'm in France. Shit. You get calls from France, you know, like fucking Europe, when you gotta talk about how to get this thing working right and things like that, you know. So it's a big thing, but more than anything, I think we both love the story of coming up, you know. I think Ilogishi, he loves the hood very much, and also he's got a deeper love than I do in Iplaz, you know. He also loves Ilale, Maplazi, you know. I not that I don't have a love, but I don't have a lot of interactive experience with that, but Ublogish and saying these stories and the people he paints feel like the people we all grew up with. You know, like when he paints a human being, it's always like a young Tabi saying, you know, and
he's got money for days. That doesn't hurt, eh?
Yeah, I mean,
his money's long, dog.
Dude, long, off the top of my head, off the top of your head, how much you think? How much you think a painting is worth? Like a good.
Yeah, that's a good question, bro.
Like the size of that screen.
Yeah. How much do you think?
Let's ask him. He probably bought one.
What? Huh? I bought one. Yeah. Buy one. I can't afford it.
Come on.
If any musician can tell you they can afford things right now, well, things just generally anything.
Yeah.
You know,
How much have you made from gigs though? Huh?
This year?
No. Since you've started.
Since Ngud.
No, since he started. Since Boom Shaka. Like.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, but I've spent a lot. Spent a shitload. And
10 mil?
some disappears. Apparently 80 or something.
Whoa!
80 mil.
Wait, who said that? That's from an interview I heard. Was it 40 or something?
40?
It's from an interview I heard on another podcast thing. that La Vida was saying.
Oh, the Vida numbers.
Dog, I gotta send you an invoice for that beer.
I don't have it anymore. I'll tell you that much. And by made is a different thing. It's like money that goes through and shit. You know?
You gotta spend shit.
Yeah, it was a couple million to do. It was Spirit video was a fucking million.
Yeah, $1 million.
Yeah.
I once paid him 3K to come perform at Paparazzi.
Paparazzi.
Yeah.
Kaslam. So patar 3K Kaslam. Yes.
So I contributed in the 40 mil.
Yeah, because that's where it starts, right? You see, the 40 mil starts from. But now it's not quite 40 mil. If you've made it in 15 years, you've made 40 mil. It's like, and you didn't make it and have it. So like, when we count, I think what's gone through is about, but you since have had a house.
Marriage, right on.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the album, man. Any features? What's popping?
Yeah, man, I got a bunch of features. I featured my friends, people I fuck with. As Yanga, Yanga does my intro.
Nice.
The intro is called Tandazani, and he helps me pray for, not for, just about how the game is.
Nice.
Featured the boys, TLT.
Nice. You guys are still strong, ne?
Yeah, we're still strong.
Nice.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, Uti. I don't understand these things that one hears on these things because the real life says this.
But
anyway,
you don't care, bro.
We're talking about feature KO on the album. I got Foka on the album.
Foka?
I got Tapsa. Oh, yeah, did I say? Oh, Foka. That's how you say it.
Focalistic.
Oh, I'm feeling Foka. Like, it's funny,
It's cool.
I say Foka. I say Foka when I cut it, but when I say the whole thing, say Focalistic.
Yeah.
But when it's Foca, I say Foka, which is actually weird. Okay, Foka. Got Foka on the album. Focalistic. There's Tapsi on the album.
Oh,
there's
nice.
Reason on the album. There's Kid X on the album.
Dope.
I mean, it's just people I really fuck with. I fuck with their shit, and a good 90% of them are people I actually
Sound-wise? What sound?
fucking hang out with.
Sound-wise? What sound did we go for?
I went for fuck this whole thing that I'm trying to prove that I can rap. Yeah, I went for that. I don't want to do that. I mean, I'm 32. Yes, I'm I'm 32.
You're youngster, Kwesta.
Nah, but I don't want to prove that I can do something. I know that I can do it. So
You've done it before.
So I just want to make good shit that'll make people feel great. I wanna do like.
It's another excuse for it's pop. This is what artists start saying when it's pop.
No, mfana, Joe ngaba biza bonke bahlanganise ngamakhanda.
Yeah.
Ngenrap nami masingathi siya rap, But my responsibility was not to the rappers. Ngiserious njalo ningahleka.
Ngitsho no Father Christmas
Angihleki yazibhana singibheka. Angilakh ngenrap nami. Ngiyadlala. But no, for real though, like my thing is bigger. I think I've bigger things. Like I can rap, bro. So I know what you're saying, but that's how people run away. Say oh shit. Oh, now I'm making gospel. Hey, blah, blah. No. But I have more than just try prove who or what Kwesta is. I have a responsibility to act upon who or what Kwesta claims to have been for all these years, and that goes in the music, that goes into actual actionable things that one will try and do, and ukuzilanda ukuzenza serious ukuseni lokunithi hey do this for the guys what and putting those what's into action. What is the thing that you're doing for the guys? And what is this music that you're doing for because it's one thing to ask for, to say when you're just rapping about us and you're just rapping about shit and you're just talking about shit and then you expect love from the hood. So it's really just a doing thing now. More action words, more actioning music, This is why I started with shit like Fire in the Ghetto, which is really about that. Just like say, it's like this, like that. we're in here, we love this place, but this place is shit. You know, there's no time, we like this, thinking as okay, thinking as a government, we 300 million missing, we haven't done about kidnap, you know, and you talk about all these things, and you say all these things because that then that's when you take it as the responsibility, because if you take it as the cool, then you mention K1 in a cool line. As he gets fun and is I say K1, that's cool, but you know, it doesn't really talk about what happens, you know. So
I just heard it hit this. Say that again. As he goes,
you know, but really that's the thing, you know. But I mean, there's all sorts of things. There's also the good life of the hood. There's I highlight the goodness in the album. It's not really just some fucking preachy shit, you know. It starts off very rappy actually. Well, after the prayer, after Yanga and I pray, it goes in very hard with the raps. Get new, you know, and then it gets into the hood with the spirit of inspiration and things, and it gets into the hood with the vibes, and it gets into this guy who's, you know, throwing, you know, and it gets into the realities then that might not be as favorable as we would like them. You know, so
the Llanos?
It goes.
Yeah, I was about to ask.
Oh,
Do you have the Llanos?
The Llanos?
There's songs with a lock drum, but I don't think I have the Llanos.
Oh,
but there's songs with a lock drum. I mean, the relationship between hip hop and the Llanos has been very tricky. I don't know what these guys are trying to do, especially when they're all coming up. It's like, you know, you have the guys coming up in hip hop, and you have the guys coming up in the Llanos.
Yeah.
And you don't really see them together. And when you do, it's beautiful, but they're trying to keep it because these ones trying to keep it real and these ones trying to keep it real, which is weird. I think it's all hood music and it should be together. This is why I've been blamed not blamed, just when people try and make it like it's somewhat of a worthy attack to call me a Kwaito artist. And I say, of course I fucking am a Kwaito artist. It's just what I do. It's just if the first story of the ghetto guy in music was told through Kwaito, and I'm continuing that shit.
Why not?
Because I am that fucking ghetto guy.
In closing, what does Kwesta want to be remembered as, man, when it's all said and done?
I would have said GOAT naturally, but I don't. Shit, it's harder now that it's not GOAT. I think I don't want to be swallowed by. I want to be the guy who resisted everything and just kept as himself as much as possible, you know, or at least kept as a people he identifies to, you know. I want the people that I say I rap for, I want them to recognize and feel that and get inspired by that. Yeah, that's
deep,
pretty
man.
much it. I mean, well, in the Kwesta way, but
and it's hard to do that.
Generally, in Jay and anything else, I just want to be a goddamn exceptional father.
Yeah.
As a senzo.
Yeah.
That's top of the list.
Was your dad around when you grew up?
Till a certain age.
Yeah, parenting is hard, man. It's not easy.
Of course it is. But I've never thought it was easy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I didn't come into it thinking, we can do it. You see this ball that's here, take baby out and then we can just play. No, I've always figured it was tough because, you know, and my parents divorced when I was 8, so I kind of always figured. And it's the same age. If I was my parents, me and my wife would be divorcing this year.
Shit, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Kwesta, thank you so much. I know you don't do interviews a lot. Appreciate your time, man. This has been amazing.
Yeah.
And what
where's the camera? GOD Guluva, get the album right now.
Right
it's
there.
out.
There
It's
you are,
boom,
there
boom.
you are, there you are,
It's
there.
boom. It's hot. Is you know.
Yeah.
But maybe. So we're gonna do this. Is this running on our YouTubes together?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm saying this.
You need the
post,
numbers,
though.
Chief. Yeah, you need the
Okay.
numbers.
Yeah, I do. They've been had them in there.
Yeah, so tell them to go subscribe on your channel. What's
Please
your
go
channel's
subscribe.
name?
It's official Kwesta now.
Official
at
Kwesta.
Official Kwesta.
All right, cool.
Subscribe and do the damn
Please
things.
give us the video. Can we put the video on our channel? as
Yeah,
well?
yeah. I'll give you. shit. Is this after or before? You'll have the video.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's after.
Don't worry about it. Cool. But yeah, man, I appreciate the love. GOD Guluva. Out now, go get it. Still not the same old Kwesta. I almost want to say the same old Kwesta, but yeah, appreciate the time, Mati.
All right. Sol, you got a question for him?
Thanks for coming, man.
Yeah,
Shout
man.
out,
Appreciate it. And I want to make that happen, man.
I thought Saul was going to say so much more. I don't know why.
No, he likes
That's
to.
your interview. It's not my interview.
But he's got a question that he really wants to ask you. I don't know why he's not asking. He always has one question. So when we wrap up, he's going to say, I wanted to ask you.
Nah, man, I'm good. Dog.
Yeah. Where did you meet Sol?
Yo, I don't remember exactly where.
Eh.
I just remember like a time in which I was like picking up the time. Yeah, I was Kombi. And even right before that,
Because he from the same hood.
You guys are. But I'm more flavor after, man.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah, but I will go. It looks shit.
Way back, yeah. And I used to go to Buttabing
exactly where
to submit some beats. You were there around that same period, but I never saw him in studio. Hence I knew Naves used to be there.
Oh,
There's a song on Naves' mixtape with Bonang and Slicker. It's called Girls. Girls.
Yeah.
I produced
Is that you?
song. That's my beat.
Shit. Hey, wait, actually, I do remember having there were some beats that Slick plays from, because at the time he was trying to expose me to all the other artists that make beats and everybody else, and I think there was a Young Soul something there, but that shit was whack. You know, I'm kidding, but I'm kidding.
We out here, man. Podcast and chill. Boom.